Hello there, and welcome to a breakdown of the problems for the famous map Faymonville approach, which I know has been in tournament rotation forever. It's been an auto match forever, and it's a much loved map, but it does have its problems. Now, to prove that, I put my ideas about this to the players. Players including Lovenest, Devem, Seeking, Nagano, Isilda, etc. And I said to them, do you think Faymonville has bias issues in tournaments and it's easy to play for players in the southeast? And they all said yes, basically. Do you think this has to do with the map layout or its faction balance? And they all said map layout, basically. So how do we solve this problem? Well, firstly, let me just further explain what that problem is. You can see that this central area, which you may have seen players such as Isilda just dominate and push the northern player back every time from both positions. This central area is more easily accessible by the southeastern player. You've got more angles of attack. Let me show you what I mean. So you can come through here, go around there. You've got a wider opening ear, which makes it so you've got multiple angles around that strat point. Or you can go around here just like the northern player can, but basically it's wider. If you flip that and look at it from the northwestern player, you've got this, which means you funnel in through two areas really, both of which are seen from this house and this heavy cover. Or you've got this huge hedgerow, which means your approach is a kind of telegraphed. It takes you a while to get round there. Meanwhile, this MG flips or the grenadiers line up behind there. Or you can march all the way down that road. By the way, this house can see you all the way. Or you can come all the way around here and you're looking to try and vault this, come up against this green wall perhaps, or come through here. It's just not as easy. The other thing I noticed is that this house here can see too much of the northern side. It has a window that sees too much in my opinion. Yet on the southern side, it's got this side blocker which blocks it. And it's also a shot blocker in the middle, by the way. But also the northern base is more heavily exploitable. The base bunkers face inwards. They stop base inspections, but they don't stop somebody camping here and just looking at the base and pummeling it with packs and MGs. Yet here, you've got this base bunker, which reaches all the way up to here. You've got heavy cover here, and you can stop the assault, basically. So, how would I change it? Well, let's go over to Photoshop, and this is how it looks right now. Let's zoom it in a little bit. There we go. This is how it looks right now, and this is how I think it should look. Okay, so I know I've crudely done this in Photoshop. This is why I've got K-Pen, who's going to be helping me out with a prototype for this map. But all we want to do is to even out the opportunity for the northwestern player to assault the central area. You can see that the base entrance here is also changed. It's over here now, basically. So yeah, that's pretty big. There will be another one up there, of course, with this big hedgerow in between. But that means that this player now can come out of their base and assault the center much more easily without getting pinned from this area here. I'm sure we'd have to playtest this green wall and this green cover a lot. This is by no means final, so don't worry. But in principle, I just think the base exits should be changed in the north. And then, of course, you can just see just how much of an even assault path they now have. It's much more. These areas are spaced out much more. The line there is much greater. Look how wider the assaults are, and how much further away they are from these areas of green cover. Means you've got a much fairer chance, in my opinion. And yeah, so let me further annotate this then. I've also put some trees here, some trees to block the vision to the north, so you can't see that approach as easy, which will help both players hopefully. Also means you can't dominate this victory point from the house with the MG. The MG is used for blocking these assaults. It is not used for covering the victory point, which I think will make the play a lot easier to balance, and it'll be a fairer map, and hopefully we could see this as a tournament decider map once more. Now let me show you how much Faymonville has changed over the years, just so you don't think we'd be changing too much here. So this is the original Faymonville from way back in the day, 2014. A year after the game had come out, they released this map, and it was a treat. It was absolutely excellent when it first came out. It had this huge house here, It had this paddock area, which the map designer said was to encourage vaulting. So a lot of vaulting was meant to happen. You had rows here as well, very similar, to just encourage the players to continuously vault into the map. And yeah, all of these houses, you had way more garrisons over here watching the fuel point. Wasn't balanced in the south. And yeah, it was a good map when it first came out because there wasn't much else. But as you can appreciate, the map has changed so much already. So don't be too afraid of change is all I'm going to say. And yeah. Oh, one thing as well is I do think that we should make the map less murky, and there's a atmospheric setting I really love that I think accomplishes that, and it adds a little bit of snow in the south as well. So this is how it looks without the atmospheric setting. This is how it looks in just a normal map. You have to zoom in to try and get how it usually looks, but you zoom out, it gets really foggy. So let me show you which one I really like. This is the one I use for my strategic zoomcast, if you remember those. Go to XP1, you scroll down until you get Ardennes Spring, load it up, and just voila, look how much better that is. Look how much clearer everything is. And if you get to this texture, all the south becomes snowy, which is kind of cool, isn't it? I don't know why, I can't explain it, but it certainly does. So yeah, there are my changes. Just to recap, it's about widening up the north, about making sure this house isn't OP, and about changing the base exits on the northwestern base. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to Capan, who's agreed to work to make these changes happen. He actually knows how the world builder actually works, so he'll be enacting the changes, and together we'll present this tournament version of Faymonville approach for players to play test within the next several weeks. So thank you and goodbye.